wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition, birthday edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Man, today is my tie don't look right. Is my 72nd birthday today. 72 feels good. It does. I mean, because it's some people worse off than me, man. So I have nothing at all to hold my head down about, And I made it to 72. A lot of people didn't even make it this far. So I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I really am. In spite of, man, I'm grateful that I'm still above ground, in my right mind, because there's some people that are above ground crazy as a Bessie bug. That's what my grandmama used to say. Boy, you crazier than a Bessie bug. Okay, um, but and the day before Trump is sworn in, tomorrow Trump is sworn in. Man, the weather is. I wanted to get out today too, but they're saying that a winter weather advisory uh, is expected. Uh, Light snow. They was forecasting what 1 to 3 inches or 2 to 4 inches of snow today, and now it's rain up until 1 o'clock, and from 2 to 6 a possibility of snow. So I'll be in today, man. Tomorrow, today it's gonna be. Let's see what's the today's the high is gonna be 39. Tomorrow will be sunshine and 25. I might be out tomorrow. I might get out there in that mess, man, because it's a mess. It's gonna be crazy. Um, and a lot of people are disappointed. Paid a lot of money to come up here to witness this event and not gonna get the chance. Because everything's moved to the inside, and they're doing it. They say for security, or because the weather is cold, but um, you know, you still got a lot of people brought their whole family, to witness this. Brought their whole families up here, and then spent a lot of money, and the only thing their ticket is worth is a commemorative item. That's it. And that's disappointing. And I know a lot of people are disappointed. I know a lot of people are hurt. Okay, Tanya, thank you so very much. But life goes on, man. You have to sometimes take the good with the bad, and that's what a lot of people can't make that, can't adapt to that. You're gonna have good and bad days, and the secret to life is to have more good days than bad. But it's gonna be there, man. You're gonna have your bad days, and it's not something to walk around and hold your head down about, to be a pity party and all of that stuff. No, man, just take that licking and just get up the next day. And that's what I've found. When you have some really bad days, man, just chalk it up. Okay, this just one of them days, and go home or do something. You treat yourself to something. Cook a meal. You know, don't sit there and wallow in that sorrow and that hurt and that disappointment, because all of this stuff is designed to make you who you are. If you didn't never imagine this. If you never went through anything, if you never had any adversity in your life, what kind of person would you be? Think about that for a minute. You know, if you didn't have any challenges, if you didn't have, any adversity, any opposition, what kind of person would you be? Because being able to deal with these different situations and circumstances is what makes you. It's either gonna make you or it's gonna break you. A lot of people are up in arms about TikTok being banned. You know, well, y- y- when you put all your eggs in one basket, what you think gonna happen? I mean, seriously, when you got all your eggs in one basket, what you think gonna happen? Yeah, you're gonna be upset. Cause you ain't trying to you didn't try to diversify yourself. So what if they take TikTok? Man, you got some other platforms you can go to. And I personally, when I first got on TikTok, um, man, I had people making all kind of truth conductor accounts, and I would report them. Oh, Tanya, thank you so very much. Thank you, girl. You're the first person to bless me with some money today, and may there be many, 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 many more after you. Thank you. You're the first person to bless me with some money on my birthday, man. And I pray that God will give you 100-fold return on your blessing, because you're the first one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. See? That's how that work, man. That's how that work. That's how that work. But and you know, don't see, the one thing you want to stay away from is panic. Let me say that again. The one thing you want to stay away from is panic. Okay? Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. You don't want to panic, man. Because when you get in that panic mode, see, now you in the reactive mode. You're not proactive when you panic. When you panic, you are stuck in the reactive mode. Stuff has to come up on you. You can't, you're not out in front of yourself. You're not looking ahead. Okay? See, because when you're in the proactive mode, when something come up on you, it don't phase you, because you always out in front of yourself looking for, everything has an answer. Let me say that again. Okay? See, this is one of the things you'll learn in life. Everything, I don't care what the situation is, there is an answer. Now, the question is, all right, are you willing to use your creativity to find it? Because there is an answer. There's always an answer. And for those people, the ones that don't think that there's an answer, see, them are the ones that will harm themselves. See, those are the ones that'll be blaming others, because they don't believe that whatever they're facing, I don't care how bad it is, man, that situation has an answer. And the question is, are you gonna find it? Do you have the courage to look for it? And that's what it's gonna take, man. You can't walk through life, you know, being afraid, scared to try, scared to fail, scared to fall flat on your face. That's what keep a lot of people stuck in their fear, because they so busy worried about what somebody gonna think, what somebody gonna say if they get out and try something and it don't work. But look at what you done learned. Look at the lesson that you learned. When you get out and try one of your ideas and it don't, you're gonna learn something from that. You gonna meet some people that you didn't know when you start trying your ideas. When you start, uh, manifesting, trying to create a reality. And it's so easy for people to see, and this is one of the reasons that a lot of people are upset about the TikTok ban, because see, they get on there and do a whole bunch of foolishness and people pay them. They be on there doing stuff for clicks and get paid. Do stupid stuff and get paid. And now that money ain't coming no more. See, now you're going to have to start over. See, them checks been cut off because you only had one stream of income. And that's why, I be trying to tell people, man, regardless to what you go, man, create some ideas. Whether you get them off the ground or not, create them. So that if you happen to come into some money, man, you got some ideas that's ready to hit the ground running. You ain't got to go and be investing in somebody else's idea. You got your own ideas. And that's what most folk are afraid of, is creating their own. See, because we were taught to go to school, get a good education, to do what? Get a good job. They don't tell you, go to school, get you a good education, work for yourself. They don't tell you that. They tell you work for somebody else. Because when you start working for yourself, now you have a level of independence. You ain't counting on the system. And see, and as crazy as a lot of these people that are coming in under this new administration, I tell anybody, man, if you ain't got your own, you're gonna be in trouble. See, if you don't create your own, you're gonna be beholden to whichever way the wind blow to try to survive. And that's not well, Tanya, when you sit down and think about it, and this is the best analogy I can give you. When America was attacked on 9/11, that's 911 emergency. Well, whenever you see a bomb getting ready to go off, how do they illustrate that? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Okay? Whenever you see a bomb getting ready to go off, it goes tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And we should know from 9/11, 911. See, a lot of people don't want to connect that dot. Okay? But you see, you give TikTok has control of your camera, your microphone, and your bank account. Okay? TikTok has control of your camera, because you give them permission, your microphone, because you give them permission and your banking information. And who's to say that app cannot shut down this phone? Chinese. Who's to say any app on here can't shut down this phone? To rule it, you can't use it because you done gave them permission. And most folk, everything they do is through their phone. And most people right now, they do more stuff through their telephone than they do on their computer. So if this joint go down, shit, you can create a panic, man. You can create a worldwide panic. And you think they ain't listening? You think they ain't watching? You don't know what those apps are capable of doing. And you got police, okay? You got the government on TikTok. You got government agencies on TikTok. And once you give them permission, you don't think they can snoop around? You think for 1 minute that the Chinese government ain't gonna snoop around and try to figure some stuff out? See what you doing, track you? See, you don't know what kind of tracking that app do on you. You don't know. You have no idea what kind of tracking TikTok does. You don't know because you're not privy to that. But see, everybody, and I'll tell anybody, like, now they got another Chinese app that everybody run into. Read something. Man, don't stop following the crowd. Stop following the crowd. Okay? Just cause it's the thing to do don't mean you need to be doing it. Let me say that again. Just because it's the thing to do, and this how they trick you. Oh man, look at the money that you can make over on TikTok. Really? But what are you giving up to make that money? What are you being exposed to make that money? Okay? See, so and this and people know, man. That's one of the things one of the first things I noticed as a street vendor, when I came to DC. Man, if it was the thing to do, everybody want to do it. If it was the thing to wear, everybody want to wear it. If it was a place to go, everybody want to go there. And it's no different today. If it's the thing to do, everybody want to jump in on the crowd. Everybody want to, TikToking. You get all of these likes because, see, in real life, see, a lot of these people, if they come out in everyday life, see, they couldn't get the kind of attention that they get on TikTok. All right? They couldn't get that attention. They couldn't be that successful. Okay? All right. Steve say people love their propaganda. Well, man, it's we haven't gotten to the truth of what's going on yet. We will. We'll get to the bottom of it. We really will. We'll get to the bottom of it. It's gonna be revealed. It's definitely gonna be revealed. But right now, like I said, Man, you need to start coming up. Well, I wish they would bring back Periscope. I had fun with Periscope. A lot of fun with Periscope. Uh, thank you, William. Thank you, man. Thank you so very much. Um, but man, you take the bitter with the sweet. That's if one thing I can tell you in my 72 years, you know, you got to take the good with the bad, because everything ain't gonna be perfect, and you know, and adapt to whatever it is you're dealing with, cause like I said, everything has an answer, and some of those answers are easy to find, and some of them ain't. But you're gonna have to use your creativity. You can't sit back and wait for somebody to give something to you. You got to be proactive, man. It's see most folk operate in a win situation. And when you operate in a win situation, that just benefits you. You know, when you operating in a win situation, you don't necessarily have anything to offer. Because it's just you. Thank you, New York. It's just you. But when you operate in a win-win situation, that's when you're giving up something. It's like people, they get on social media and they want people to help them, but they ain't got no wisdom to share. They don't have any experiences to share, but they want people to help. They looking for a handout, but they don't have anything to offer. They're not trying to let other people benefit from some of the things that they've experienced, because see, a lot of folk count themselves out. Oh, ain't nobody don't nobody want to know that. How do you know? You ain't the only person going through what you're going through. There are a whole lot of people. And maybe God might have shown you a way to lighten the load, man. To make it a little bit, to simplify a situation. Why don't you share that? And see, and I tell y'all, when I'm at the White House and I'm playing national anthems of other countries and music and entertaining people, and man, they'll look at my bucket and keep right on walking. Oh, thank you. Okay, and it really used to bother me, and I ran across this scripture. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, and it says, "And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart." And this is verse 10. Listen, it says, "Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially those who are of the household of faith." See, let us do. Listen, let me read this again. "And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially those who are of the household of faith." Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Um, what do you mean of those are the person, man, that's trying to bring people together? See, if you in the household of faith, you ain't dividing folk. You ain't trying to separate people. You're not pitting one group against the other. That's not a person that's of the household of faith. The household of faith are people that's trying to bring folk together, that's out doing good. And it says, don't go weary while doing good. So even when you're doing good and people don't appreciate it, people don't want you to, don't you get upset about that. You keep doing good, because the Bible says we will reap if we do not lose heart. Well, when you lose heart, man, you give up. You quit. And most of the time, the people that lose heart have an agenda with what they doing it and why they doing it. See, they come with an agenda. They ain't coming doing it out of their heart. They're doing it out of their head, because they have an ulterior motive. And that is the difference. See, when you got a person doing it out of their head, eventually, man, they're going to grow tired. Eventually, the repetition is going to wear them down. When they doing it out of their head, that repetition is going, yeah, this ain't working. But man, when you doing something out of your heart, no matter, you can withstand rejection. You can withstand people not appreciating what you're doing, because you're doing it from your heart. You don't take it personal. See? And that's the difference. See, when you're doing it out of your head, you take that rejection personally. And it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's just the atmosphere that you're in. And look, in the same, it says, do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. And you got a lot of people that miss the opportunity to sow some good. Well, what you gonna do with the money? That's not the issue. Because see, you're doing it from your head now. When you're worried about what they gonna do with the money, you ain't giving it from your heart. You giving it from your head. And therefore, you'll pass up an opportunity that could be a blessing for you. But because you're worried about what somebody else gonna do, see, it ain't about, if you give me some money, what I do with the money ain't coming back to you. It's coming back to me. It's how you gave the money that's coming back to you. And if you give it with suspicion and questioning and second guessing, what you think gonna come back to you? That very same thing. And most folk don't realize that. You know, it's how you give, man, that's gonna come back to you. What that person is doing with the money, it don't affect you whatsoever. You help somebody, man, what they do, how they treat that blessing is what's going to come back to them. How you gave that blessing is what's going to come back to you. And a lot of folk don't know that. A lot of folk don't even take that into consideration. And therefore, they wonder why their life is just one vicious circle. Because you don't want to do nothing different. You don't want to break out. You don't want to trust. You don't want to believe. You don't want to uplift. You know how many folk that are afraid? And see, and here's the crazy part. See, them same people that I'm talking about are the very ones that can't recognize who's who. Because they got so many voices in their head. They can't recognize. I told you, man, when you walk in your righteousness, and I didn't say perfection. When you walk in your righteousness and somebody come up on you with some ill intent, man, you're gonna be able to feel that. Something ain't gonna sit right. I told y'all, Friday, I'm sitting down at the White House and about 3, 4, maybe 5 little black girls were together. And one of them finally got the nerve up. I saw him walking in the park, got the nerve up to come up to me. And see, and I told y'all, whenever somebody come in, can I ask you something? Those are the ones you need to be leery of. And she came up to me and said, excuse me, but can I read something to you? Okay. And she read me whatever was on her phone about this basketball team was trying to raise some money, and I could do Cash App. She named about 2, 3. I said, let me see your Cash App. She showed me a Cash App. I said, it's your name. I said, well, I thought this you raising money for. Yeah, but if you send it to me, I'm gonna give it to my coach. I said, well, call your coach. Call your coach. And she got on the phone and she called somebody. Oh, she didn't answer. I said, try again. And when her friends walked over, she said, oh, he thinks I'm running a scam. And I said, call your coach. Call her again. And she dialed a number again. She ain't answering. I said, okay, have a great day. Have a great day. And got an attitude. And I knew right then it was a scam. And I told her, I said, young lady, you know, how old are you? She said, 13. I said, man, you too young to be out here trying to do this. If you can't do it the right way, don't do it at all. Don't do it at all. Okay? Charlene, thank you for joining me. So, you know, and seeing these are the kind of things that you will have some people that will listen to that story, send some money on Cash App, knowing that it's a scam, and then now they don't want to trust nobody. When all you had to do was your due diligence from the beginning. That's all you had to do. Do your due diligence. Ask some questions. See, because the one thing I've learned in my 72 years, man, if you want to break up a scam, start asking some questions. Don't be afraid to ask some questions. Because see, somewhere in that scam is a break. Something ain't going to add up. Something is, see, when somebody's running a scam on you, there's a break. Something ain't going to add up. Okay? Something ain't going to connect. And because y'all are scared to ask questions, you don't find the break. Because you so emotionally moved by the story. See, you don't start asking questions, but when you start asking questions, see, then you will find, because it ain't gonna add up. And see, and here's another secret to know that it's a scam. When you do start asking questions, the first thing they're gonna do is get irritated. Because you're supposed to just go along with it. You ain't supposed to ask no questions. You don't supposed to say, you know, well, what? Explain this to me. You're only supposed to accept what they're saying and participate. And when you start asking questions, now they're going to have to create some more answers that ain't going to add up. See, because if the little girl's story was true, her coach would have picked up. Her coach, and they ain't had no kind of paperwork, nothing to show what they do. Okay, all right, nothing. So that's all I'm saying, man, and especially now with all of the stuff that's going on, man, I tell anybody in 2025, beware of sob stories. Let me say, let me say that again. Beware of sob stories, because for some folk, that's the only way they know how to get attention is with a sob story that might not necessarily be true. That's the sad part. And they can come up with some doozies, man. I mean, these folk can come up here with some doozies and be lying through their teeth and playing on people's sympathy. Don't let nobody play on your sympathy, man. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do it. And just, if you ain't got nothing to offer, if you don't have anything to impart into people's lives that would make them better, okay, then don't resort to some negativity. Find something that you can share. You know, uh my daughter my daughter sending me, she's a Commanders fan, and she just sent me some messages because they won the game yesterday. They won the game yesterday, so I don't know, boy. Them Commanders, they playing some good ball. Playing some good ball. I ain't lying. That boy Jaden Daniels ain't nothing but the truth. But um, uh, let me just text her. Um, but no, man. You know, we in for some interesting times, and it's gonna come down to um, survival. And some people are going to uh, um, do it negatively, and some people are going to do it the right way, positive. And because so much negativity has been productive, fruitful, a lot of people, that's all they know is that to do it the negative way, because that's what's been working. But now, since we have entered into the age of Aquarius, positivity is going to start working. It's going to become profitable to be positive. Okay? Well, again, like I keep saying, every time a bomb get ready to go off, it goes tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And isn't it interesting that the one app that Americans have become addicted? Man, the guy that the Chinese guy that owns TikTok don't even let his kids get on the app. So if the app ain't good enough for his children, why are you on it? Think about that for a minute. The guy that owns TikTok don't let his children on it. So if it ain't good enough for his kids, why is it good enough for you? Hey, I'm True Conductor. I ain't never think about it like that. I know. His children don't even get on that app. So why is it good enough for you and your children? When he won't let the people closest to him partake in it. Thank you. Okay? Think about that. Because if his family can get on it and enjoy themselves, okay. But no, they don't. He don't allow his children on TikTok. But look how, and see, and I keep telling y'all, man, this social media is a powerful platform because social media has now made the need for an education obsolete. You got high school dropouts on TikTok getting paid. Getting more money, ain't got to have no degree, ain't got to do nothing but get out here and do something stupid and get paid. That's how powerful social media is. Social media has made the need for an education obsolete. You don't have to have an education to make money on social media. All you got to be willing to do is degrade yourself. Look at OnlyFans. Okay? OnlyFans, you got high school dropouts making more money on OnlyFans than women with PhDs. And some of them women with PhDs incognito on OnlyFans. You'll be surprised how many professional women that are incognito on OnlyFans because they see the money that's being made. And all money ain't good money. And let me say that again. All money ain't good money. It ain't. It ain't good money. Okay? So and like everybody's in uproar about Snoop Dogg and Nelly and all of these black entertainers that are performing for the Trump inauguration. And the only thing that shows you is everybody got a price. That's all that's showing you. That just cause 4 years ago, Snoop Dogg was talking about people was coon for performing at Trump's inauguration, and here it is 4 years later, he cooning. Because everybody got a price. Oh, they paid them some serious money to come and perform. Okay? Well, see, but you say that now, but man, if somebody walk up to you and say, I give you $5-10 million for an hour and a half, what? I mean, think about that. You getting millions of dollars for an hour, hour and a half of work. Thank you, John. Long time, man. Thank you, brother, for an hour, hour and a half of work. And you gonna turn that down? And that's some money that can last you for years. Okay? For years? And you gonna put an hour, hour and a half? And you can make some money that you can live off for some years? Come on. Come on. See, people, a lot of people talk that all the time. Oh, I turn. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Because you wouldn't give a damn what nobody gonna say or think. Because now you got some money that you can live off for some years. And you ain't even put a day's work in. You know, an hour, hour and a half of your time. I think about that for a minute. Let's just say 2 hours of your time, you can make enough money that you can live off 10, 15 years for 2 hours of your time. And you're going to be worried about what somebody going to think and what they going to say? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. And see, and that shows you everybody, I don't care who you are, everybody got a price. I don't care who you are. I don't care who. I got a price. And it ain't cheap. Shit. Somebody come, give me the right shit. What? Man, fuck y'all. Let me go get that money. Yeah, I'm going to get it. Now, I ain't going to do nothing to degrade myself. Well, no, let me say that. Because if they come with the right price, shit, depending upon what it is, you know, I would consider it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Because the Bible say money answers all things. Not to love of money. Money answers all things. And see, if you got some money, you got some answers. Let me say that again. See, when you got some money, man, you got some answers. Because money answers all things. So y'all, because like, that's the no, that ain't the love of money. That ain't the love of money. Let me read it to you. Let me read it to you. This is Ecclesiastes 10:19. In the New King James Version, it says, a feast is made for laughter, and wine makes merry, but money answers everything. Ecclesiastes 10:19. This is what it says in the Message Bible. Laughter and bread go together, and wine gives sparkle to life, but it's money that makes the world go round. And when you got some money, you got answers, buddy. You got answers. Because if that was not true, then how come people are doing any and everything trying to get that bag? If it wasn't true. Why are they doing any and everything trying to get that bag? Because money got answers, buddy. See, and ain't nobody gonna, poor people, they don't get no respect. You can be the biggest butthole in the world, but if you got some money, somebody gonna want to be your friend. Who wants to be friends with a poor person? Poor person can't do nothing for you. But if somebody got, wait a minute, let me read that scripture to you. It's in Proverbs too. Proverbs. Listen to this. This is Proverbs 14, chapter 20. I mean chapter 14, verse 20. The poor man is hated even by his own neighbor, but the rich has many friends. This is what it says in the Message Bible. An unlucky loser is shunned by all, but everyone loves a winner. Everybody, man, you rich? Shoot. Everybody and their mama gonna want to be your friend. That's why I keep telling people, when I come into some money, man, don't come ask me for a squat. Because you wasn't asking me when I was broke. Now that you know I got some money, don't come now. Don't come now, because I know that you full of shit. It's just that simple. Because you know I got some money. And now you want to make me think I'm all that. And about, I knew you was going to make it. Man, I've been watching you. See, let me tell you something. If you come into some wealth and somebody come up and tell you, man, I've been watching you. I knew you was going to make it. That's the person you need to get far away from. What? Why is that? Because if they was watching you, they saw you going through shit and didn't try to lift one finger to help you. Okay? And they watched you go through it. Because they'll tell you, I knew you was going to make it. Like you supposed to be impressed. Because they was watching you. But they never lifted one finger to help you out. And now they're proud of you. Okay? They're proud of you because you made it out. But they didn't do nothing to assist you. And if you fall for that flim-flam, you deserve everything you get. And see, and so many people get caught up in the praise of other folk. Let me say that again. See, so many people get caught up in the praise of other people that they don't really sit down and connect the dots to that. Okay? Damn. See, listen. Y'all, look at this. It's been a slow month. I didn't have work tomorrow. I sent you a blessing and boom, a message for a big job. I keep telling folk. I keep telling people. But see, they don't want to believe me. Thank you for that blessings. It's a whole lot of other people, man, missing out on a blessing. A whole lot of folk missing out on a blessing. Missing out on a blessing because, see, their hand is just like that. But I ain't got enough. And she was the first person to send me some money for my birthday. And what did I do? I said, girl, I bless you 100-fold. I bless you. And here it is, right there. There it is, right there. There it is, right there, man. See, a lot of folk don't. You don't know what you're missing, but For whatever reason you do what you do, you get what you get. And that's a perfect example. Perfect example, man. If God wasn't in this, you wouldn't have that testimony. See, there are a whole lot of people right now, you know, but see, if you are afraid, all you're going to attract is fear. That's all you're going to attract. It's fear. There's nothing else you can get but fear. Fear. All you're going to get is fear if you're afraid. But if your faith is what you're going to step out on. It's your faith. That's the only thing God can work with. It's your faith. God can't work with your fear because it would violate his word. Because the Bible says faith is the substance of things hoped for. Not fear is the substance of things hoped for. It says faith. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me look up that definition of faith. Because I don't want to assume a lot of people might not even know. Faith, complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Faith, complete trust or confidence in someone. In other words, let me give you an example of faith. If you're on a job and you get paid every Wednesday, your faith is in that money being in your bank account. If you got direct deposit, you don't sit there and say, oh, I wonder if they're going to put my money in. No, man, you planning your life around that money that's going to be in your bank account. You ain't even seen it. You haven't even seen it. And listen, this is what it says. And you believe that it's gonna be there, and you haven't even seen it, and you planning your life around it because that's what it says. Now faith, this is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Man, if you got direct deposit, shoot, you're going to plan your life around that money that's going to be on your bank on Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever day. That's how you're going to plan your life. See, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, and you ain't even seen it. But you making plans based on the fact that it's going to be there. And you don't even second guess it or wonder. But when it comes to God, you ain't got that kind of faith. See, you don't want to put your trust in God. You don't want to believe that, if you don't have the money, you ain't going to trust God that it's going to be there. See, you're not willing because you can't, that's not tangible. See, that work that you put in on the job, that's something that you can see that's tangible. Okay? See, God ain't tangible. Because God says, this is what Where we at? And Jesus, this is Matthew, Mark, chapter 9, verse 23. Jesus said to him, "If you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes." And immediately the father of the child cried out and said with tears, "Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief." And that's where the rubber meets the road, man. See, you can't believe and be in fear and second guessing and wondering how it's gonna happen. See, a lot of people are in fear, trying to figure out where it's gonna come from, how it's gonna get to them, and you ain't in faith. When you in faith, man, you just believe. You don't know where it's gonna come from. You don't know how it's gonna get to you. You don't know when it's gonna get to you. All you know is it's coming. When you in faith, the only thing you can believe, man, it's coming. It's gonna be there. When you in faith, but then that's when you're gonna have doubt sitting on one shoulder, talking in your ear, and fear on the other shoulder, talking in your ear. Okay? So now you got these two voices that are trying to be the default voice because you believe in and you don't see how it's going to happen. You don't know where it's going to come from. You have no idea. And that's what you got to do, man. When you step out on your faith, all you got to do is believe. And that's where the challenge is. Because you're going to have a whole lot of default voices that's trying to tell you the other way, trying to make you afraid, trying to make you second guess and doubt, be in anxiety. That ain't faith. That's fear. And fear is the opposite of faith. And you're going to track whatever it is that's in your mindset, that's what you're going to track to you. And see, the Bible say renew your mind. Because if you don't renew your mind, every day, man, you're gonna have to fight to keep a positive mindset. You're gonna have to be careful about the words that you're putting into the atmosphere. Because that's the fruit of your mouth. Your words are the fruit of your mouth. And if you're sowing doubt and second guessing and fear, that's what you're going to attract. Because those are the seeds you're sowing. But because we got so much of that, and we are so into tradition, so a lot of folk, it's hard to change because they don't see no possibility. And see, and this, like right today, even with Tanya, man, I mean, this is, is a confirmation to me. It's a confirmation. Because she didn't have to tell me this, you know. She didn't have to say that. And I pray, girl, I pray that business pick up for you. I pray that your business pick up. I pray that this is the turning point, that it picks up. And see, again, uh, we sometimes miss our own blessings because we're afraid. Sometimes we miss our own blessings because we're afraid. Okay? It is. Get ready, girl. Get ready. And see, this is somebody that stepped out and started her own business. She started her own business. See, a lot of y'all are good at some things, and you take it for granted that everybody can do it like you do it. And they might not have that anointing that you got. It just might not be there. So, if you can wash some cars, if you can clean, if you can bake, whatever you can do, man, don't be afraid to step out there. But see, most folk want to start out in the storefront. See, they don't want to start out in their kitchen. They want to start out in a storefront. You see, and with status, and don't know how to run a business from a storefront. Haven't even got the kinks out of the recipes or whatever. Man, you can't be afraid. Everything. Listen, there is nothing on the face of the earth that didn't start small. Let me say that again. There is no company or corporation, I don't care how big they are, that didn't start small. A one-man operation. Think about it. Most companies, big corporations that you see, if you go back and look, man, it started out as a one-man operation. And that person just hung in there with their idea and didn't give up. And over the years, it grew into what it is now. And seeing a lot of y'all are afraid to start out as a one-man operation. A lot of y'all scared. And there's not a company that's been, most of them started out, man, one-man operation. Somebody had to come up with the idea. Somebody had to come up with that idea, and it grew. How come it can't apply to you? How come you can't come up with an idea that's gonna grow? What are you afraid of? Like it can't happen for you. And if God is no respecter of person, it can happen to anybody. But most folk don't want to go through the growing pains. Most people don't want to deal with the adversity. Oh man, I'm not good at payrolls and all that other stuff. I can't, but I told y'all, I had an opportunity to meet, this is the man that actually put me in the mindset of working for myself. And I used to hang around with this disc jockey in Alabama named Tall Paul. May he rest in peace. Paul Dudley White. And he introduced me to A.G. Gaston, who was one of the, matter of fact, let me show you a picture of A.G. Gaston. Kind of looked like my daddy. And I met this guy. This A.G. Gaston right here. That's him. A.G. Gaston was let me give you some context. Uh, wow. Man, that dude died on my birthday. Born July 4th, uh, 1892 to January 19th, 1996. Was an American entrepreneur who established businesses in Birmingham. He had a significant role in the movement to remove legal barriers to integration in Birmingham, Alabama in 1963. Um, Over the next 70 years, he became the wealthiest black man in Birmingham with a fortune of 30 to 40 million. Gaston's path was never easy. His home was firebombed at the age of 83. He was kidnapped. He was at the near center of a racial strife of the 60s alongside Dr. King. I met this man, and I just asked him, I said, Mr. Gaston, um, how do you do the things you do with the education that you have? And he chewed on cigars, and he took that cigar out of his mouth. He said, Sonny, let me tell you something. I don't have to know how to do all this shit. I just have to know how to hire good people to do what I need done. That's he said, that's all. Know how to hire good people to do what you need done and make sure they doing their job. You ain't got to know how to do all that stuff. And man, that set me free. That's what set me free. That's what set me free. And isn't it amazing that here I am talking about this man, and he died 1996, 30 years ago. Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. 29 years ago. Today. 29 years ago today, on my birthday. And here I am talking about it. And I had the chance to meet him. And this is the guy that set me in the mindset of working for myself. Because I just got to be able to hire good people to know how to do what I need done. Okay? What's going on? So, but I'm saying all that to say, man, don't whatever you do, stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. You know, stop being afraid, man. You can't learn nothing if you don't go through some stuff. Let me say that again. You can't learn nothing if you don't go through some stuff. If you don't experience some stuff. If you don't have no adversity in your life, you ain't gonna learn nothing. You won't discover nothing about yourself. If everything's been given to you, life is easy. See, them the people, when some adversity do come upon them, shit, they end up killing themselves because they can't take it. You see? Uh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, BKL. Thank you. So, um, now, oh, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Uh, this is the only picture I have with my kid's mother. And that's my daughter. My daughter was being baptized. That's the only picture that I have with my children's mother. Only picture. I couldn't tell you if that girl is dead or alive today. That's the only picture I had of her. I have with her. That's the only picture. And that's with my daughter. In church. In church. The only picture I got with that girl is right there. Right there. Only picture. Only picture I got with her. Only one. There's not another picture in the world of us being together, us standing next to each other that I have. That's the only picture I have, man. Being with my kid's mama. Only one. Only one. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I fell for a pretty face. I was a sucker for a pretty face. What can I say? I can't lie. I was a sucker for a pretty face. So hey, it is what it is. At least I got two kids out of it and my grandchildren, so I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. But man, 72 today. Wow. Anyway, um, I'm. It's gonna rain. Man. I'm telling you, I wanted to get out today too. God, diggity dog, did I want to get out today? And this weather ain't gonna let me. So, I'm gonna go put some money in the bank and enjoy my day. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel good. I feel good. I do. I feel good. I mean, I've been blessed. God has really blessed me. Really has. And to, I mean, if I had to do it all over again, that's some things I would do differently. But if I did, it wouldn't. I mean, if my wife had overstayed her visa, I would have never discovered this brand. I would have never discovered this message because I wouldn't want to do anything to bring any attention to her. So I would have to be quiet. I wouldn't be able to pursue any ideas because if I became successful, then and somebody start researching my life, or his wife done overstayed her visa. So that was the, the one thing that I had to understand, that if she was here, I wouldn't, a lot of this stuff I wouldn't be able to get on social media and really, because again, out of fear that I'm gonna bring some attention to her, and that's what I didn't want to do. So me being the person that, baby, going on back to the field, I come get you. Going on back, I come get you, and here I am, almost 6 years later. Still trying to make some shit work. Still trying to get an idea off the ground. And it is what it is. But I ain't got to look over my shoulder. See, I can do whatever I do. I can do it in peace, because I don't have to look over my shoulder at all. Worry, and she ain't here worrying, about looking over her shoulder. So it's half dozen in one hand, six in the other. But it gave me an opportunity to one, develop some discipline. That's one of the things that I can honestly say, that my wife not being here, I had to become disciplined. I had to become focused, because I could, be screwing out of both legs. Who gonna know? She wouldn't. God would, but she wouldn't. And God can't bless wrong. So that's what keeps me straight. Because I know God can't bless wrong, and you got so many people out here that, I saw this. Let me read y'all. Let me read this, because and to show you the hypocrisy. Let me show you the hypocrisy of this statement. This woman on Capitol Hill, Jasmine Crockett. Okay, she got out this new sweatshirt right here. I know. And listen to this. Merch alert. I live by many mantras which are based in my faith. One is that God will make your enemies your footstool. Another is that the last shall be first, and the first will be last. With all this in mind, we are happy to introduce you the Child Collection. Well, if God don't support transgenders, and she firmly backs the transgender lifestyle, God don't support that. Okay? So now, how is it that you're going to talk about you stand firm in your faith when you pushing something that God don't even endorse? So that tells me that this is all about you and what you can get out of it. Okay? And this ain't helping your constituents. It's all about you. Yeah, and let me tell you, see, we are held to a different standard. And what she's doing is making it even harder for the black women that's coming behind her. because they're gonna use her as the standard. And all that hoochie mama and this stuff, man, that ain't the place. It's too many folk have worked extremely. Shirley Chisholm didn't act like that. And I can show you a whole lot of black women that wouldn't all that weave and she's a Delta. 9 times out of 10, she's a freak. I don't know too many Deltas that ain't. And you getting up here talking and knowing somebody got some freaky shit on you and you the loudest thing on the podium. Like you ain't got nothing in your closet. Come on, man. Stop that. Yeah, it's all about her. And you got black folk endorsing that shit, knowing that they gonna make the standard her. They already say we stupid, okay, that we don't know nothing, we loud, and she just falling into the narrative. Because it's all about her. And she got, man, look, she got all of this merchandise she done created behind child. All of that. How is that helping your constituents? It ain't. You know? All that, you know, stuff, that ain't professional. That ain't professional. You know, what's professional about here you gon' what is it? Child, please. What's professional about that? And your constituents are happy with what you displaying? I mean, come on, man. See, we got to stop falling into the narrative just because somebody come out. And that's one of the things about Kamala Harris. Why her shit fell apart. She get out here saying some slick shit, thinking it's cute, and it backfired. See, she ain't know how to. This is the reason Kamala Harris didn't win they couldn't fix her from being fake. She didn't know how to come across as a real person. They couldn't fix her from coming across fake. That's why it was so easy to divide the people against her. Because everything was funny. And she even had a fake laugh. And they didn't know how to fix it to make her come across genuine. That's why she lost. They didn't know how to fix her fakeness, her phoniness. That's why she lost. Because if she could actually speak to the people without being cute, she would have been more effective. And this girl right here, see, her thing is she want to get up there and be cute. And all she doing is bringing attention. And believe me, man, somebody going through her life right now. Okay? There's somebody going through her life right now. And she got some shit in her closet. And it's going to come out. Watch. And y'all be able to say, Truth Conductor said, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. She got some shit in her closet. And it's going to come out. We all do. There ain't nobody on the face of the earth that ain't got some shit in their closet. Let me say that again. There's nobody on the face of the earth. Okay? And they're going to find it out. Case in point. Look at old dumbass Fannie Willis. Down there screwing this man. One of the biggest cases, and like ain't nobody gonna find out. She didn't even have the discipline to put that dick on hold. She thought she could get away with it and nobody would know, and lost the case of a lifetime over some dick. Fannie Willis. It's just that simple. And whatever he gave her messed her up bad. Whatever he gave her messed her. And that man still living with his wife. Him and his wife still live under the same roof. And she claimed they ain't together. And you gonna tell me you gonna sleep in the house, you sleeping on the same roof with somebody, and you ain't gonna hit shit. You hitting it. Even if it ain't but once a quarter, you hitting it. Once in a while, you gonna hit it. That's why you can still get along with each other. That's a good example of what I'm talking about right there. She ain't even had a discipline to put her shit on hold. Had the case of a lifetime. But that dick was more important. And they got some, they gonna find some shit on this girl. They gonna find something because, see, and you pushing and talking about God. God is not mocked. God ain't gonna let you talk about him, and then you pushing a degenerate lifestyle. You think God gonna go along with that? And see, you got so many Christians out here that are pushing these degenerate lifestyles and think God is with them. God ain't with you. God don't support under no circumstance. If he supported same sex, why did he destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? If he supports same sex, if he support that, why did he destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? But see, when you stand up and you start speaking like this, and then he's against same sex. Yeah, I am. Because it's not natural. It's not natural for a man to sleep with another man. That ain't natural. Okay, there's no. The Bible say that everything God created can produce after its own kind. Well, if this lifestyle was from, how come they can't produce after their own kind? Why they got to go to the heterosexual pool to recruit to re-up their numbers? They got to go to the heterosexual pool, not the homosexual. The homosexual pool can only be filled from the heterosexual pool. Because homosexual pool can't produce after its own kind. Can't produce after its own kind. It got to go over into the heterosexual pool to replenish. Well, if God say that everything he created can reproduce after its own kind, then you tell me God is lying? And he told you, I cannot lie. Because if I did, I wouldn't be God. And when you, and see, and this is my thing, you are entitled to think the way you want to think, but then I'm wrong when I want to think what I want to think. Just because I don't agree with you, I'm wrong. But yet, you are entitled to think the way you want to think, and I don't have the same right to think the way I want to think. You want to demonize me and condemn me because I think the way I think. And it just happened to be different from how you think. But I'm wrong. See, I'm hateful. Well, see, That 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 they done spent what, like, over the last millions. All that information need to come out. All them Congress people that's done paid these settle these sexual harassment claims, man, that stuff need to come out. All that stuff needs to come out. It needs to be revealed so you can see who is who, because a lot of them sitting up there are hiding because this stuff is in secret, and they're very vocal and yet guilty of some shit, and they trying to present one image, and this is the problem, not only that we have in Congress but in society. Most folk pretend to be something that they aren't. I have people all the time get on here and say, man, you were too dignified to be cussing. But I am who I am. And it's funny that I can come up here and give you well they out. He's still out there, and that shit gonna backfire. That's gonna backfire. God can't bless. Listen, y'all. God can't bless wrong. I don't care how you twist it, turn it, want to look at it. God can't bless wrong. And you can rationalize it all you want. God ain't gonna bless wrong. God ain't gonna bless wrong. And and that's why you have to be conscious of your actions, because God ain't gonna bless wrong. And if you can't be right, then God ain't gonna bless that. God ain't gonna bless your wrong. God ain't gonna bless wrong. He ain't gonna do it. And you got a lot of Christians out here saying and doing a whole lot of shit and thinking God gonna bless that. And God ain't gonna bless that. And it's just a matter of time before it be revealed. Look at this dude down at Jerry Falwell Jr., Liberty Christian Church, paying a guy to screw his wife so he can watch, and up in the pulpit. Okay? No, I couldn't. And I realized, I tried to walk down that political aisle, but God showed me, man, you got to lie. You're gonna have to be a good liar. And that's not what I'm willing to do. I'm not gonna lie for you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And most folk don't want the truth, man. They want their ears tickled. That's what they want. They want their ears tickled. And I'm not gonna play that game with you. So as a result, that's what happens. You see? And when you try to deal with things truthfully, folk always try to have, you know, and I just, man, I am who I am. And if you can't accept that, then okay, if that ain't good enough for you, I'm not for everybody. And that's one of the things that I had to come to terms with, that I'm not for everybody. I'm not for everybody, and And when you realize that you're not for everyone, then you don't accept any and everything. I'm not for everybody. Everybody can't, you know, when I was younger and sowing my oats, you know, I didn't care. But as I started growing older, then I realized there's nothing special or unique about anybody that anybody can have. You're not special or unique if anybody can get with you. There's nothing special about that. And I realize that if you hold yourself at a certain standard, everybody can't get with you. Everybody don't have access to you. Everything and anything can get your attention if you special. Yeah, it hurts, you know. But right now, you know, to be a whole is what people glorify. You know, that's they don't glorify nobody that's, walking in their integrity, doing it the right way. That don't, you know, people don't glorify that. But if you can get out here with 10 different women, have babies with 10 different women, married and separated, but openly dating other people, they glorify that shit. They glorify that. Look at this broad, sexy red. They glorify that kind of lifestyle. And the women, you got women out here that are honor roll students doing the right thing and can't get the time of day. But somebody like Sexy Red or Glorilla or Cardi B can get invited to the White House. You see, they glorify that lifestyle. And this is the problem because and again, I blame good people because good people are not trying to elevate other good people. They're not trying to elevate them. But yet, all of these other negative lifestyles can be elevated. But you're not trying to elevate something positive. Almost like you don't believe it. And I can show you, man, I can show you, let me show you something. See, people are, but you clout chasing. Man, I've been saying this shit. This is some shit I've been saying since from the beginning. Okay. I didn't just start I didn't just start this. I've been saying stuff like this. Let me show you something. I'll read you an article. This was see, so that you can see. That's me. 1994. I had hair then. I had hair then. But listen, I got 4,000 signatures. I said whites have been signing his petition in far more greater numbers than blacks, he said. He faults African Americans for not supporting their own. My own people who are held hostage by young black men in their own neighborhoods, he complained, aren't willing to give a positive role model and opportunity. This was back in 1994. And we dealing with the same thing today. And that I can show you where I'm saying this in 1994. That it's difficult. for somebody being positive to get a chance. But I can come out here and do something stupid and negative and get rich overnight. Get rich overnight. Make it make sense. I didn't just start this. I've been saying this for the longest. But see, most folk, they aren't privy to that information. And this is what we got to get back to. Good people got to start elevating the good people. And you'll tell me, ain't no good person with no money done saw this sign? No good person? As much as I've been on television the last 4 years? Well, see, listen, here's what you got to understand, BKL. The criminal justice system feeds itself. That's how it's gonna keep feeding itself, by letting them people back on the street, because if they know they let them back on the street, they're going to lock them up again. They're going to commit some more crime. And when they commit some more crime, they back into the system. That's how it keep feeding itself. Okay? Because think about it. If it was really putting crime out of business, shit, look how many folk wouldn't have a job. Think about that for a minute. If they really reduce crime, you wouldn't need all these police officers and all this security. You wouldn't need it. If they really put a dent in crime, you wouldn't need all these lawyers and these judges. You wouldn't need them. You wouldn't have no need for them. So they ain't gonna put themselves in the unemployment line. And that's why nothing never gets solved. That's why they never do anything, because if they did, it's gonna put them out of business. And now they unemployed because they did their job too good. So what do you expect? And you got cops, shit, making six figures. Got police officers making six figures, over $100,000 a year. And you think they're gonna try to stop crime? And they getting paid? Come on, get real. That's the whole reason for that. Because if they was effective, man, they'd be out of a job. Just that simple. Well, but as long as they got you scared. See, that's why they keep you afraid, to justify their existence. That's why they keep people afraid, because it'll justify their existence. It's just that simple. But we don't see that. We don't take that because we too busy operating in fear. And that's how they keep us divided, is with fear. That's how they keep us divided, with fear. So um but folk, they don't want that kind of truth. You know, why you think the educational system is so bad? Because it fills up the jails. That's why they know. And they steady building prisons, for profit prisons. Because they know all these jokers out here that ain't got no education gonna cross that threshold of crime. because that's the only choice they got. That's the only means of survival that they have. And and it ain't nothing you can do today and get away with it. Because they got cameras everywhere. They got cameras everywhere. So ain't nothing you gonna do today and get away with it. Those cameras, somewhere a camera is watching. It is. There's somewhere a camera is watching. Man, I remember a guy told me who he was. Man, he was came. I mean, he was peeping in my donation box. Man, get the fuck away. There ain't nothing in there for you. And they had a commotion go on, and I turned my back on him, and he stole my bucket. I mean, he hit me good. He hit me good. And when I realized he had stole my bucket, they closed the park down because of the commotion. And I got up to H Street. I said, "Man, this guy stole my bucket." He said, "For real?" I'm talking to the sergeant of civil. He said, "He did?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That's all right. We're gonna we're gonna pull the camera." Shit. Man, they walked right to him, followed him on camera, and got him. But because my phone didn't accept unknown calls, they were calling me to see what I wanted to do. And when I finally said got the voicemail, I said, "Oh man," they said we had him, but we had to let him go. Okay, because we couldn't get in touch with you. And the next day he came back, and Secret Service came up. The officer's going by. He said, "Don," said, "they're preparing the paperwork now." Said the guy that stole your bucket, there he is, right up there on the corner. You want to press charges? I said, "Man, if he that damn stupid, let him stay out here. If he that stupid, he gonna stay." And so, and he would come down in the crowd, and I tell everybody, I get on the microphone, "Hey y'all, we got a thief among us," and point him out. That guy right there is a thief. Don't turn your back on it. Okay? I'm telling you, he's a thief. This guy. And I be pointing at it and describe him. Don't turn your back on him. He's a thief. Okay? That's what I did for him. That's exactly what I did for him. Look at all the stores that have closed and they have well, see, because those are the people that want something for nothing. That's what we dealing with. See, that's what we dealing with in our community because we haven't attacked that mindset of getting something for nothing. You got young black boys right now that feel like, and they say it. They got the nerve to say it. It's easier for them to take your shit than to go out and get a job and work for it because they want something for nothing. But that's what they see working. That's what they see working. That something for nothing attitude and mindset. And see, and that's straight out the welfare system. Let me say that again. See, that's something for nothing mindset. Well, 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 and they don't realize it that they hurting themselves. Because when see, this is how communities are gentrified, right? This is exactly how communities are gentrified. See, they'll let crime run down the property value of the community because everything is closed up and shut down. And then one day you're gonna see them gay boys coming in there and start, because this is one thing about white folk. They will get out and clean the community up. See, we will let cars sit on cinder blocks for years in the neighborhood and don't move them. But when them gay boys come in there, you gonna have to move that shit. That's got to go. That's got to go. See, they gonna come in and they gonna clean the community up. Okay. And once they get it clean, here comes that white woman to soften them up. Okay. They gonna send the gay guy in there first to clean it up, and they gonna send that white woman in there to soften them up. And then the next thing you know, they're gonna be in there like roaches. That's how they gentrify communities. Because they let the property shit. Man, they got a section over in Northeast DC called Trinidad. Shit. Man, man, it was so much crime in Trinidad. It wasn't even safe to sit on your front porch in Trinidad. Go over in Trinidad right now. It is predominantly white. Right to this day, 2025, Trinidad is predominantly white right now. And we're one of the most infested crime areas. That shit. At Harlem. Look at Harlem. Hell, Harlem is probably, if it ain't predominantly white, it's damn near is. Look at all of the white folk in Harlem, in New York. That's what they do. They let crime get so bad and drop the property values, and they can go up there and get it dirt cheap, dirt cheap, and go in there and rehab it, and then make everybody property value go up. That's how they gentrify communities, man. Let the crime get out of control. Yeah, that's what they do. They let the property value go down so they can get it dirt cheap. Get it dirt cheap. And in every city, somebody in the city in their Rolodex got somebody they can call. Man, look, I got 10, 12 units I need to move. Can you can you take them? Everybody. See, it ain't who you know, it's who knows you. And there's some developer in every city that's got a contact in the city. When the city needs some units moved, they get the first tip. I got these units. Can you move them? Can you take them off my hand? All right. That's how they. That's the games they play. That's the game they play. And if you ain't in the click, you short. Just that simple. It's just that simple, man. You call it what you want, but that's how they play the game. And that's always the way the game has been played. That's always the way it's been played. See, but that's how when you start seeing these crime infested areas, and they just setting them up to be gentrified, dropping its property value. So some developers can come in there and buy it dirt cheap and make money. No, it ain't who you know, it's who knows you. Okay? It's who knows you. You know a lot of people that don't know you. It's who knows you that make the world go round. Shit, I know Steve Harvey. I know LeBron. But they don't know me. I know Oprah, but they don't know me. It's who knows you that make the world go round. That's what make the world go round. Who knows you? That's why, and it took me 30 years to figure this out in DC. when you talk to somebody in DC, man, they always dropping names. They always dropping names. And I'm like, why is it when you be talking to people that folk always be dropping names of who they know? Because they want to appear to be known. That's why. When you talk to a person and they dropping so many names, they want to appear to be known. And if you actually went back to some of the names they done dropped, ask them, like, who? I don't know that person. But they want, because we are attracted to people who are known. That's just human nature. We are attracted to people who are known. And most folk that be dropping a lot of names want to appear to be known. Because they know if they can appear to be known, folk are going to come to them. That's 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 how the game is played. But if you don't understand that, you don't know. Okay, Bernie, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining me. That's just a game, and that's how they play it. And you can't fault them because you don't know how to play the game. And see, and this is the thing in, especially in the black community, we just don't know how to play the game. See, we don't know how to play the game. And yet we get mad at the people that do. Because they know how to play the game and you don't. Now you mad at them. Because they can play the game better than you. And all you got to do is learn how to play the game. Now there are some people that don't have no rules when they play the game. Let me say that shit again. See, there are some people that ain't got no rules. When they play, any and everything goes with them. Any and everything goes with them. That's not how you need to be. Okay? You're welcome. That's not how you want to be. Any and everything shouldn't want to go with you. You should have a line of integrity that you're not going to cross. But most folk, because they just want the bag, they ignore that line of integrity. It don't matter. Because case in point, look at Snoop Dogg. 4 years ago, you was a coon if you performed for Donald Trump at his inauguration. You was a coon. And 4 years later, he's performing. And that shows you everybody got a price. Let me say that again. That just shows you everybody got a price. Man, when you can take an hour or hour and a half or 2 hours of your time and make some money that you can live off of years for, I'm talking about years. When you get millions of dollars that you can live several years off of for less than 2 hours of your time, you ain't gonna take that? Let me ask that question again. 2 hours of your time, you make enough money that you can live off for the next 10 years. For 2 hours of your time, you can make enough money that you can live off for 10 years. And you gonna turn it down? You gonna say no? I mean, think about that for a minute. Ain't like he's out there working all day. Man, it's 2 hours of his time. And he's making millions of dollars. for a couple of hours of his time. Everybody got a price. Everybody got a price. And that's what they factor in. What? Shit, look how long I can live off this money. And then if you're smart, see, you can take some of that money and grow it, put it into some other things and grow it. And that's the problem that the average person come in contact with is when they come into some money, the first thing they do is become consumers because they want to get all of the material things that they've never had a chance to enjoy. They don't have any ideas to grow that money. See, and then when they do grow it, they got to have a middleman because they're going to put it into somebody else's idea because they don't have any ideas of their own to grow that money. And that's why I be trying to tell y'all, man, create some ideas, whether you got money or not. Create some ideas. So if the day ever come where you got some money, you ain't got to take that money and put it into somebody else's idea. Okay. Well, yeah, yeah. And he probably will, which only further degrades black women. All of these guys out here that are in the strip club doing all this stuff, man, they just degrading black women. That's just encouraging some more young girls to pursue that profession because they see the money that can be made. They ain't taking none of that money and um, putting it back into the schools. They ain't walking into no classroom making it rain, but they walk in the strip club and make it rain. Because see, that's a win situation for them because they getting their gratification. So to walk into a classroom and make it rain and bless some kids. See, you ain't getting no physical gratification from that. Okay. And most of these guys, that's hanging out in these strip clubs, that's for physical gratification. That's what that's for. Okay. They enjoy that power that they have because them girls gonna do whatever they want to do to get some of that money. See, they ain't got no morals. That's why they in the strip club. That's They ain't got no morals. They don't have no cut card. Anything goes. And when you find people like that in life, that anything goes, man, they'll do whatever they can, okay, to make it. And unfortunately, you have a lot of people, black and white, that are in a position they got to do whatever they can, man, just to survive. Because life ain't been kind to them. They don't have the education. They got the street sense. They ain't got the book sense. And that's what you find that a lot of our young people today, man, they got more street sense than they do book sense. That's how they survive on the streets. And these young kids today, shit, they can see fake coming a mile away. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. But they can spot fake a mile away, man. You can't fool them. You sure can't. These young kids today, shit, you ain't fooling them. You ain't fooling them. And then when you drop some knowledge on them, see, they appreciate it. The ones that you go drop some knowledge on them, man, they'll suck it up like a sponge. Suck it up like a sponge. When you drop some knowledge on there, And see, and this is the problem. You know, we don't have enough people in the community that's out dropping some knowledge of right and wrong. And that's what we need to get back to. Okay, right is right and wrong is wrong. Right now, right is wrong and wrong is right. And we got to get back to right is right and wrong is wrong. If we gonna turn this madness around, and the only way you can do that, man, is showing some people that's doing it the right way and making it. We don't see that. Only thing we see is wrong, profiting, that cheating, getting ahead. And see, like a lot of people say, well, why do so many black people like Trump? Because they see a person that can bend the rules and get away with it. That's what they see. That's why he's a hero in the black community. Because they see him bend the rules and break the rules and get away. Ain't never held accountable. So he got hero status in the black community. That's exactly why. Because that's what they have to do. Bend and break the rules just to make it. And they gonna idolize somebody that's successful doing that. Look at Superfly. Look at Superfly. That was, somebody that was bending the rules and beat the man. And that's what everybody wants to do, beat the man. And whatever way they can beat the man, they gonna do it. However they got to do it, they gonna do it. Jay-Z brag about the fact he was a dope dealer. This ain't somebody that pulled himself up by his bootstraps the right way. Man, he sold dope and bragged about it. And they use him as a role model. Dope dealer. You see? And this is how twisted our community has become. Because we only see wrong working. We don't see right working. We only see wrong working. And like I say, man, I put that at the feet of good people. Because it's not enough good people that are willing to get out and support something that's legit, that they see honest. Somebody that walks in their integrity. They don't believe that person. They don't give that person a chance. Because once again, we got to keep the jails filled. Because a lot of these jails are for profit. Let me say that again. See, a lot of these prisons that they're building, they are for profit. The government has to pay for every inmate that's in that system, has to be paid for. And see, whether you realize it or not, the criminal justice system, jail, is the only place in America where slavery is still legal. Let me say that again. I don't know if you realize it or even know it, but the only place where slavery is still legal in America is jail. Slavery is still legal in jail. Look it up. Still legal. And you wonder why you got so many black and brown people in prison, because that's where slavery is still legal. And here's the sad part. A lot of these young black men got to go to jail to be a slave and come out with a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor for a lot of these young black boys to go to jail and come out. They got to go and be a slave to come out with a badge of honor. I mean, when I was driving for Metro, man, young cats get up on the bus, man, with their band on. Man, I just got out. Can I get a ride? Like, fuck you, man. You come on like that's a bad. You proud of that? Because you just got out and you proud of that? And I'm supposed to respect that because you just got out? Yet kids that ain't even that's doing the right thing can't get the time of day. But yet you want special privileges because you just got out. You and they can cut the line and get in front of the line. So they just got out. And that's the same way with our immigration system, man. Look at the people that's doing it the right way, going about it the right way, stuck in the process. And some folk that came here illegally can get in front of them, get housing, food, and some medical insurance. And here illegally. But the people trying to do it the right way, they suffering. They can't get nothing. And I'm supposed to respect that? Oh hell no. Hell no. And that's one thing I pray. Hey Trump, all them hotels where all them illegal immigrants laying up on their ass making babies and doing all that dumb shit, looking down on folks, robbing folk. Why don't you start deporting them first? Empty out these hotels that we paying millions of dollars for. Empty them out first before you start going trying to get to people because they ain't doing shit but laying up on their ass. Okay? At least if you got some illegal immigrants that are trying to be a productive part of society, man, put them at the bottom of the list. Make them the last ones that you want to mess with. But them that ain't doing shit in these hotels laying up, man, shit, get them up out of here. And by the time you empty out all of these hotels around the country, shit, your 4 years up. It's gonna take you a good 4 years to empty them out. Get rid of them first instead of going around. Put them ones that's being productive at the bottom of the list. But them jokers that's laying up in them hotels, man, get gone. Get out of here. See ya. See ya. That's my sentiment on that, buddy. Hell, we got Americans can't get no help. And some foreigner can come in here illegally and get housing, food, and some medical. Oh hell no. Hell no. And look at the Americans that's trying to get some catching hell. And you got man, go in some of these stores, man. You need to look at some of these stores. Like I shop in Aldi's, Walmart, um, and you need to see some of these foreigners, man. I mean, they grocery basket full, and they pulling out these cards. Everything free. Everything free. Free. But see, That's that something for nothing mentality. That's going when they snatch the rug from under them, they're gonna have to resort to some crime. See, and that's the mindset that they get people stuck in. They can get something for man. Ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. I don't care who you are, where you from. Ain't nothing free. You gonna have to work for it. And if you don't want to work for it, you're gonna have to steal it. Okay? Yeah, they look down on us too. A lot of them look down on Americans and enjoying our tax dollars. That's the shit that burns my blood. You got the nerve, you enjoying my tax dollars and got the nerve to look down on me. Think you better than me. That's the part that bothers me. How you gonna look down and you using my tax dollars and you think you better than me and you want to look down on me? That don't make sense. Don't make sense at all. Anyway, like I said, man, 72 today, 72, and this is gonna be a great year for me. It really is. It's gonna be an outstanding year for me. I believe that uh, a lot of the adversity that I've had to endure over the last 5, 6 years is what made me who I am. And had I not gone through this adversity, I wouldn't be the same person. I wouldn't be the same. If I didn't have this adversity in my life, I'd be meek and mild. I'd be one of the meekest, mildest people you ever wanted to meet. Boring. Boring. Thank you, man. Thank you. And no, no, this is gonna be a great year, man. This is year 9, y'all. 9 is completion. 7 is perfection. 8 is new beginnings. 9 is completion. Okay? 9 is the number of completion. And this is the year of 9. And a lot of things are going that you probably have been working on, trying to figure out. It's going to come together. A lot of it's going to come together. It's just going to add up. All right. Well, you see, they're doing it for votes. Let's be real about what the politicians are doing. All this stuff with immigration and LGBT lifestyle. That's all about votes. That's all about is votes. It's all it about is votes. Because you got some people that, when they see a politician will support a certain situation, oh, they gonna get him money. They'll get him money. They'll give him money to make sure that they keep that stance, that they keep that opinion. They'll get him money. And see, and there is nothing in the world that is successful that don't generate any money. That's how you measure the success of it. If it ain't generating no money, it ain't successful. Just that simple. I don't care how good it is. I don't care how creative it is. If it ain't generating no money, it ain't successful. And that's what I be trying to tell people about this message. Long as this message don't generate no money, it ain't gonna be successful. It will not be, and everybody in the world can agree with it, but if it never generates any money, it ain't no success. I don't care how much you agree with it, it ain't successful if it don't generate no income. And I could put "Let's go Brandon" on this sign, which means F Joe Biden, and get rich overnight. All these group that's in town, all I got to do is say something disparaging about Biden, and I could probably buy me a new vehicle in a couple of days, pay cash for it because I went negative. And that's what I refuse to do. I refuse to go negative. I refuse. Man, I got to go out here and deposit some money in the bank on my birthday. All right. So, man, thank y'all. It's 72 is good. 72 is good. I pray God give me at least uh thank you, you know, 25, 30 more years. You know, I like to get to 120. That's what I like to do. But if I can get it, uh, thank you, man. Thank you for the respect, man. Thank you. I just try to be real with people. That's all I try to do. See, I just try to just be real with people to try to let them see. Cause I've been in that politic game. Not only did I run for mayor of DC, uh, I should give me 30 more years of good health. Give me 30 more years, 20. Give me 30 more. I'll be good there. 30 more. Man, I can say this is what I can say that at 72, praise God, I'm grateful. My children will be 42 and 41 this year, and they can't ever in their life say that they've seen me sick. I can honestly say this on my 72nd birthday that my children, who will be 42 and 41, can never say they've seen me sick. Never, never say that. And I'm the one they won't listen to. Them jokers ain't never seen me sick, but they won't listen to what I be trying to tell them. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I can't tell them nothing, but they ain't never seen me sick. And they be, oh, daddy, but you ain't never seen me sick. You ain't never seen, and I ask them, when have you ever seen me sick? Now, I ain't never seen you sick. Then why won't you listen to me? When I be trying to tell you some stuff, why won't you listen? If you ain't never seen me sick, why won't you listen? I must know something, and I'm 72, and you ain't never seen me sick a day in your life. And I pray they never do. I pray that they never see me sick. Because if I am, they know something is wrong with daddy. If you see me sick, you know I ain't never seen this before. Something is wrong. They ain't never seen him sick. And how many people can say that? I mean, think about it. Everybody can't make that, can't make that, can't say that. Okay? It don't matter. That's right. Look at Steve Jobs.
who invented Apple. Health went bad. And look at Apple now. There are a whole lot of people, man, that shoot, they give up their money for some good health. Because as long as you got your health, man, you can get out here and try. As long as you got your right mind, you can function. You can be creative. But if you ain't got that, and that's why, man, I'm grateful. I can honestly say, shoot, even with the stuff that I'm going through, shoot, man, I'm grateful. Because it could be worse. Could be a lot worse. I'm grateful. I am grateful for the experience because man, God done blessed me. He has blessed me. Really has. Might not, maybe things didn't go the way I thought they should go. But man, I see his hands in it. I see his hands in it. And I'm at the point now in my life where, I done tried and tried to get this message here to be successful. And this year, so man, I'm just gonna just let it go. Whatever it do, let it go on its own. If you get there, fine. If it don't, fine. I'm not gonna be pushing it like I've been pushing it, trying to make it happen. And maybe that's what God want me to do. Just trust me, instead of you trying to make it happen, just trust me. And that's where I'm getting, man, just trusting God. Just trusting and believing God that some kind of way, a way will always open up when I least expect it. Okay. And that's what you're going to have to do, man. Stop trying to make it happen yourself. Let go. Let go. Let go. And when you do that, see, you got to believe and you got to trust when you start letting go because you ain't manipulating it. See, you ain't trying to steer it in a direction you want it to go. You just let it go. Whatever happens, happens. And that's how I see it. Whatever happens, happens, man. Whatever happens, happens. And and just be grateful. Because it could always be worse. Could always be worse. Look at them people out there in California, lost everything. Because some of them took it for granted. Oh, that fire ain't gonna get here. They'll be done got it by the time it won't get this far. And had enough time to move everything out their house, but they took it for granted and lost everything. I was telling my daughter that I saw this guy on social media, and he showed where his whole community burned down, and his house was the only one standing. He said, "I had lumber in the back of my house that I was building using to add on, burned up, but the fire didn't touch my house, nor did it touch my garage." And then when he showed his garage, it's just a little corner of it was smoking. And he said, that had to be God. And he said, What did I do?" And then my daughter said, "You know what?" I said, "I just saw a lady. I just saw this husband, this wife went out in the front porch and she saw the fire and she told her husband, 'Come here and look at this.'" And when motion was start your ring camera, and they saw the fire, man, and they loading up their car, getting as much as they can to get out. And she said, the man said, "Lord, just protect my house. Please protect my house." And they got out and went and came back, and their house didn't even burn down. And I wonder how many people didn't ask God, please protect my house. Wonder how many people, something that simple, that didn't ask. Lord, please protect my house. Didn't ask, didn't ask, and lost everything. Go get me a scratch ticket. Hey man, you know what? Hey, I just might do that. I just might do that. I just might do that. Since you put that, I just might do that for my birthday. I just might do that. I just might do that because I got to go put some money in the bank anyway. So, uh, God blesses me, man. I don't. Sometimes I don't know where this money gonna be coming from. And see, these next few days, and with all this madness going on and this cold weather, and by me not getting, man, God always open up a way. God always open up a way. God will always open up a way. I don't know where it's gonna come from, when it's gonna come, but God always opens up a way. Because I've been at this now for a couple years. I've been at this for a couple years now, and man, and I wouldn't be here if God didn't open up a way for me to do it. The only reason I'm still in this hotel today is because God has always opened up a way, and I'm still able to meet my other obligations. Still been able to meet my other obligations and still make this work because God has always opened up a way for me, always. And one day, man, I'm gonna be able to make that girl right there real proud. That's my ultimate goal, man. Is to one day my wife turn on television and say, God damn, he did it. That's what I want to do. I want to one day she turn on the television. Oh, he did it. And she in the Philippines. And she see me on and oh, he did it. He did it. Um, so that's what that's what I dream. But see here again, man, you got some people that want to try to get something for nothing. That's all they are. When you find people that's doing, man, them folk trying to get something for nothing, that's the mindset they stuck in. Because that's what they see working, trying to get something for nothing. They don't see their creativity working. They don't see being positive working. That's all they see. And you got to think, man. And this is what I be trying to tell folks. Man, that underground economy is alive and well and strong. Them folk that's doing all that looting, they got to sell that shit somewhere. That underground economy ain't no joke. I remember when I first came to DC and I started vending, and this old dude said, "Man, he said, let me teach you a trick. Come here, young, let me teach you a trick." He said, "Go up to Baltimore and told me where the place is, guy named Joe, and get you some clothes. Get you some jeans, get you some shirts, straighten out your trunk in your car, okay? And set that stuff in your trunk and pull up to any corner and pop your trunk, and they gonna think it's hot and they'll buy it like crazy." And that's the truth. And it works. You can go and legitimately buy some clothes from wholesale, rip the tags off of them, and put them in your trunk and pull up to a corner, man, come look at what I got to sell. And they will automatically assume because it's in your trunk okay, uh, they'll buy it because they think it's hot. And you can make more money doing it that way than you could being legit. Because it's something about them wanting something that's hot, something that somebody done stole. It's a demand for it. Because if it wasn't, people wouldn't be out here doing it. Well, that was back in the day. I wouldn't try that shit today. You're right. Back then, it wasn't that kind of, they weren't as ruthless as they are now. Back then you could hustle, buddy. You could come in this city and you could legitimately hustle. But now they got all kinds of shit going on. I wouldn't So, but that's just the way it is. But anyway, man, thank y'all. And I see you later. Okay. I'll be back tonight.